Welcome to Playing the Field Local Edition. Today you're going to meet the Peninsula Spirit Song and Flag team.
Tell me how you got involved in song and how long you've been doing it.
I had a sister who was on marching band, and that's how I kind of found out about song, because she also saw song dancing, and I've been in this program for 4 years.
Okay.
And I grew up dancing, so I knew the community of dancers in the South Bay and around PV, but when I went into high school I joined volleyball just to kind of do another sport, and while I was in that pursuit I felt I was missing dancing and just, the love for the art and the sport altogether. So since I knew some of the girls who were on the team already, I thought I would try out and just see where it went with that, and fortunately I was able to make it on the varsity team and just find my love here. So.
Well, it's interesting. You both talked about the fact that it is very athletic, what you do here. A lot of people don't know the difference between song or dance or cheer. How would you describe the difference that song brings that the others don't, if you had to describe it to someone?
Yeah, so I would say song is very much a wide variety of all the different styles of dancing. We got jazz, hip hop, pom. We kind of just do a little bit of everything. We're very technical, at the same time very artistic, and I think that's where the sport and the art comes in, is we're very athletic when it comes to performing and having everything drilled and everyone being together in the choreography, but then the creating and just playing with the idea of dancing and movement is just where the art really kicks in.
How about for you, Hannah?
When I think about song, I always like to tell people we're a dance team, because I feel like we often get compared to cheer, but we're not cheer exactly. So I always like to say how we do pom, hip hop, and yeah, we kind of do a variety of dances. So I like to say we're rather a dance team with a mix of cheer moves and stuff, but that's kind of how I classify between song and then cheer, because I feel like the mix up is pretty common.
Yes.
So.
And how do you guys perform different than cheer? What do you do for different events?
So we all perform halftime. We usually stick around cheer when it comes to going to certain games. I'd say the biggest difference is cheer, you'll see girls up in the air doing stunts and they're all working together. We're mostly focused on staying together in unison as far as choreography, visuals, movement, and we're showcasing our individual talents and strengths while making the whole team look good and just,
right.
Bringing it all together in that style of dancing. And we're also very vocal when we're matched up with cheer. We're cheering in the stands and, spiriting to the crowds, and just kind of past cheer, we are the spirit program as well, so we bring spirit to the school, whether that's participating in events or just going to every sport event that we can, and bringing our presence. That's really what we're for.
And Hannah, for you, what was your most exciting event that you did this year, or since school started this year?
My favorite is definitely homecoming week, since I feel like homecoming week we always have a really fun theme, and this year it was Disney. And what my favorite part about it is we do pep rallies during homecoming, and for every year for homecoming we get to sort of dress up into the theme.
Nice.
And I felt that dress up part is definitely something really special, because that's the only pep rally that we get to dress up, and also the whole school is decorated, so I feel it even brings the spirit even more up, and I think it's the most exciting and fun part of football season.
I really love the environment. Everyone is so nice and very welcoming, because as a freshman coming in so little, just not knowing anything, and everyone welcoming and just friendly. It was amazing.
Okay, how about for you?
Yeah, I love going to every event and just seeing the spirit of our school. I just love how fun our school is, and I love contributing to that.
So a lot of people don't know the difference between song or dance or cheer. Did you have any experience in any of those things before you started?
Yeah, so I've been dancing since I was 2, so
Okay.
I've definitely had experience. I've been to a lot of competitions, conventions, and it kind of helped me prepared for song, for tryouts, but I have never done pom or anything, so it was very new to me.
Okay, for you, how about for you?
Yeah, I also had a similar experience. I've been competitively dancing since I was 4, but the first time I auditioned, I was really new to poms and cheering, and the style overall is also a little different from what I was used to.
How do you both sort of deal with the school time and the time it takes to do your rehearsing here?
It was definitely a struggle at first because it was hard to have time management because I kind of sometimes struggle with time management. But I would sometimes do my work during any time I had free time and then come to class and just try to cope with it.
How about for you?
Yeah, I've also had to work on time management over the years. Yeah, just a bunch of late nights pretty much, but I would like never trade song for anything.
I love that. Tell me what your favorite event that you've done this year has been.
I think my favorite was definitely football season. I have never experienced it. I wasn't really into football. I was more of like a basketball kind of girl, so I knew how to do everything, and like cheering in front of all like the zoo and everything was really fun and like encouraging.
How about for you?
I also have to say football season. I just love the energy at every game.
My brother was on the football team before I was in high school, so I went to some of his JV football games, and then I would see like the cheerleaders and the song leaders performing on the sidelines, and like I knew I wanted to be them because I also was like involved in dance when I was like little, so that's like kind of what inspired me, just like seeing them on the sidelines and like looking cute and like having fun, so I just wanted to be the same.
Okay, how about for you?
I was also involved with dance growing up, and I actually found out about Song from her.
Wow.
And so we tried out together, so
Yeah.
yeah, and we like did all these classes to get ready for it together, so.
Yeah, I remember we used to take like dance lessons at the local dance studio here. I think
Yeah.
it's called like Fusion now,
Yeah.
to help like prepare
Yeah.
for us, and we would like do it together.
Why? You know, this is such an athletic performance that you
Yeah.
do. How much time do you spend every day working on dance?
A lot.
Yeah.
We have practice every day, but it depends like how long it is. So like for us varsity, Mondays and Wednesdays it's 2 hours, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays it's just 1 hour. But sometimes we have morning practice on Wednesdays. We have to wake up early. That's like bad.
Yeah, and there's also like a lot of outside commitment too with like actual games and like other like community performances too that we have to prepare for.
What's been your favorite performance that you've done so far this school year?
I liked Deja Vu for our night game for
Okay.
football.
It was like a jazzy dance.
Yeah.
I liked our hip hop routine to "Not Like Us" by Kendrick Lamar
yeah, of course.
for the PV and Penn basketball game. It was
No.
really fun.
Nice. And then, I mean, how do you sort of split up the school time from the dance time?
I kind of just like set like a specific time of when I do what I need to do. So like after school, I go home and I just like rest a little bit, and then I go to practice, and then right after practice, I like put my phone away and like set a specific time, like a couple hours to do homework, and just like making sure that like you don't get distracted and like do what you need to do in that set time is like kind of how you balance like all this
Time
stuff.
management, I guess.
Time management.
Same
yeah.
for you.
Same for me. I just like try to balance everything out. It's kind of hectic, but I just manage it and get through it. So.
How do you guys learn new routines, and how long does it take to learn them?
I think sometimes it takes like
It's kind of different every time.
Yeah.
We've learned routines in like less than a week, and then some things, they can take like a whole month. It's
Yeah.
always different.
I think the quickest dance we've learned is like in like the time period of practice, so like 2 hours we learn
Yeah.
like a dance.
Tell me how long you both have been involved in song and what got you involved.
So this is my second year on song, and I got involved in song because I've been dancing ever since like elementary school, and so going into high school I knew I wanted to join a dance team, and I found song through that.
Okay. How about for you?
So I've been on the team for 3 years, and kind of like her, I've been dancing since I was really little. And then also when my mom was in high school, she was on the drill team, so going into high school I knew I wanted to do something very similar to her.
So, if you had to explain to somebody what's the difference between cheer, learning a cheer routine, or learning a song routine, what's the biggest difference?
I think the biggest difference is like we do so many different styles, and every style is very different. Like we approach hip hop different than pom. Not only just like how we dance, but also like how we attack it and our facials. And I feel like every dance to us means so much because like we spend so much time in practice, like really working on it and really getting into it.
Yeah, so I think cheer does stunting, which is one thing that we don't do. And I think one of the main differences is we focus a lot on musicality and dance styles as well as that kind of technique, and they focus more on sharper movements and hitting movements throughout their routines.
I mean, this is very artistic, obviously, too, so it kind of combines that athleticism with the artistic side of you, too. What's been your favorite events that you guys have done this year?
I think obviously our senior nights are always really fun. There's always a lot of energy.
Yes.
And I think like any big like hype game, so like PV basketball or even like our playoff games, like even though they were so far away and we were the only ones like really there, like it was just like the energy in the team, and I feel like all of our school like really supports each other and we're really close. So like you get this like energy that you just can't describe.
Yeah, I really enjoy our football games, especially our night game. I feel like a lot of difference between cheering for football and cheering for basketball is football you get to look at the crowd and you're very much in tune with them and you get to cheer with them and like sing with them, so it's a lot of fun.
And then how do you sort of balance the school time with the dance time?
I think just keeping a schedule and make sure to keep track of like what's going on within your months and weeks, and I think that definitely helps. Obviously sometimes things like coincide with one another,
Yeah.
but it's just like finding time for both and like making sure that you can keep both in your schedule.
I think too what's also really good is like we come to this right after school, so like we're not coming back like late in the night. And I also too, like if there's ever something like, oh, we have a really big test the next day, like Loretta will always be like super okay and like, yeah, go ahead, like just leave practice a little early, and so that really helps too.
She's such a cool coach, too.
She is. Yeah.
When I first heard about it, it was actually her who wanted me to try out with her, but I didn't do it. So then going into my junior year, I was like, you know what? I've been doing dance, so I think I might try song because I think I can join, and that's basically how I joined.
Okay.
Well, I tried out my freshman year and I didn't get on, and then I like danced a lot more, so I got more familiar with everything. So then I tried out again and I made it. So
Have either of you ever tried any other sports, or have you been dancing before this?
well, we both did ballet together,
Oh,
like
you
for a couple
did?
years. Yeah.
Okay. And are you still doing that?
No.
Not anymore.
No.
This is enough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me about one of your favorite events so far this season.
Well, I really liked our CAF football games. Those were really fun.
I really liked our senior night and the CIF games. It was really fun, like going really far just to cheer at a game and kind of like having that experience to like come back home and talk about.
You have to learn so many routines. How do you sort of make time for that and the school time?
I think practice is good enough as it is with the 2 hours, but I do go home. I do my homework, I take a break, and that's when I kind of like review my dances, and then I go back to homework and stuff.
How about for you?
Kind of the same. Like, I practice. Also, like when I'm driving home, I'll practice the routines in my head, and sometimes I'll just listen to the music just to like think about it, and then I have my other work too that I get done.
Tell me how long you've been doing song performing and how you got started.
Okay, I guess I'll go first.
Yeah.
I'm a sophomore right now, and I started last year. And I kind of found out about song because there was this open house, and I saw their performance, and I thought it was really cool. So I always thought I wanted to join, and yeah,
Okay.
that's cool.
I'm a junior and I've been doing it since freshman year.
Okay.
And the reason why I wanted to do song is because I've been doing ballet since I was about 3 years old. So I wanted to do something that was like really school spirited, but also has something to do with dance. So I chose song.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a senior. I've been doing it. This is my third year, and I first found out about it like Minami from the open house.
Okay, and so did you, any of you, all of you, did you ever participate in a sport, or like you said, you've been taking ballet, so what did you do prior to coming into song?
Well, I also did dance too. I didn't do only ballet. I did all types.
Okay.
But yeah, I did it since I was 3.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, and how about for you?
I've done taekwondo.
Oh
It's
my
like
gosh,
martial
how
arts.
exciting.
Yeah,
Yes,
it
my
was like
niece
a really
does that
big change.
too.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It's very good. That's awesome. Tell me what your favorite performance that you've done this year has been so far.
My performance this year.
Yeah. Well, I mean like this school year.
This school year.
Yeah.
I would probably say our last performance at the football game because, I mean, it was really sad because it was our last game with the seniors, but it was also really fun because, I don't know, it was just really fun. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah.
Okay.
My favorite performance was the open house performance this year because I felt like a lot of underclassmen were able to see what song was about and maybe like consider joining us next year.
Very nice.
Mine was our first performance of football season because it was my first like halftime as a senior. I was like, oh, it's getting real. I'm graduating this year, so yeah.
As a senior, what advice have you given to some of the younger girls coming in?
I feel like just in general, just make the most out of every moment because now that I'm looking back, I wish I would have spent more time with my friends. I would have done more things in the past few years, so yeah.
For people that don't know, explain what flag is.
So I've been on a Penn's flag team for 3 years now.
Me as well. So we auditioned the same year.
Okay.
But she's 1 year older than me.
Okay. And what is flag? What do you do?
So flags, it's like a baton and cheering at the same time. We have this smaller flag that we twirl and we swing around and make tosses and do routines like a baton, but with flag.
Okay. And how much time does it take to learn that? Because it's like 2 skills in one.
It's kind of difficult, but at the same time, I picked up like a pair of flags like, I want to say a little bit less than a week than my audition day.
Wow.
So it's easy to pick up, definitely, I'd say.
What was the audition process like?
Do you want to say?
So we would have like a workshop day, like 2 or 3 days before the boot camp. And boot camp, we learn materials that we use for auditions. And then on usually Friday, right before spring break, we have auditions where we perform what we learned through the boot camps, such as like cheers, routines, and just fun twirls.
Okay. And this is very athletic. Did you guys, either of you guys, play any sports?
I used to play soccer when I was younger, but besides that, not really.
Okay.
I used to do gymnastics for 3 months. And tennis club for like 1 year, but it was like a club, so.
And then the practice time, it must take, how much practice time do you guys have?
I'd say we have a relatively large amount, but it's really worth it at the end because you definitely see like the difference between like us not practicing versus a lot of practice. So I really enjoy it though.
And
me too.
How do you mix up the school time with the practice time?
So we have a schedule where our 6th period is our flag time, and then it goes on to like extended practice, so which usually ends at like 3:30 or 4:30, maybe depending on like the schedule and comp schedule. We might have longer days.
And you're both captains, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so how many people are under you on a on a flag team?
On average, it's like it can vary from 5 to like 7-ish.
Okay. And have you had a favorite event that you've done this year so far?
I like every event that I go, but I think one of the freshest memory would be the competition we just had like 2 days ago. We were able to place 2nd place.
Congratulations, that's exciting.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I had really fun time.
Okay, how about for you?
Definitely competition, and then additionally like all the sporting events we go to. I really enjoy like cheering on the sidelines. Like my friends will be out on the field and I'd be like, oh my gosh, guys, let's root for this person and like the team. So it's really fun to have that kind of experience.
Loretta is the lady in charge right here for the song and many dance teams here at Peninsula High School. It's so fun to be here. Thank you for having us today.
Thank you for coming.
And really just talking to your girls and getting to know them a little bit. It's interesting because people don't really know the difference between song or dance or cheer.
Yeah.
Break it down for us.
Okay, so song is a hybrid of cheer and dance. So mainly they are on the sidelines. They do cheers just like cheerleaders do, game actions. They're trying to get the crowd to participate in the game and motivate the athletes that are either playing on the field or on the court. And then while they do that, they also do dance routines. So they do performance routines, similar to what you would see at NBA games or NFL games at halftime or on the sidelines. Dance team is primarily more of the art side of it. So they will do routines that are like ballet is so contemporary and modern, lyrical, so it has a ballet edge to it. And then they do mix in some hip hop and jazz in there too. But theirs usually performed at our spring concert, which is Momentum in April, and it's on a stage. So it's more of that art, you know, kind of like if you were to go to college and you wanted to major or minor in dance, that is what our dance teams here kind of cater to. And then we have flag teams that are twirlers, so they twirl their flags, and then they're on the sidelines with the song team, and that's kind of the differentiation. And then we have our hip hop team, which is co-ed, and they are our competitive hip hop team, so they specifically just fine-tune their hip hop skills in all the different genres of hip hop.
How do you know which girl or boy would be good for each one? How do you kind of differentiate it?
So we go into an audition process. So all of the teams have an audition process that they go through. It's pretty extensive in that we usually teach them a combination that we want to see, the different styles that each of the teams do. And then they learn it in a couple of days, and we kind of see where they are, how fast they pick up material, how well they get the details of it and stuff. And then we actually hire in professional, I hire in professional judges. So it's not only my opinion, but I do ask my, people that are in the business that are either dance teachers, they have danced on competitive teams before. I always try to search for an alumni because they know what these kids are experiencing. They've been in their shoes, they've gone through it, so they kind of know what they're looking for as well. And a lot of them have the heart. They want to see their programs, do well from the high school because that's their legacy, right? So I always try to get some alumni to come back and do it too. And so it's kind of a mix of all these different people's opinions, because at the end of the day, dance is subjective, it's opinion. So that's why we average it out and kind of see. But for the most part, because we're all have been trained and we've had a background in dance extensively as judges, when they're evaluating the students, they kind of can read like, okay, this would be a great fit here. This dancer is a great fit here. At the end of the day, we don't want to put somebody in where they feel too challenged and they're kind of like drowning in a sense, because then it's not a good experience. So you want to put them where it's challenging, but also where they can like actually progress and feel accomplished about their level.
It seems like so many of the girls we talked to today have dance experience since they were 3 years old, 4 years old. Yeah, they were dancing for a long time.
Yes. We do end up getting a lot of dancers that have had some experience, but we also get some dancers that have little experience here and there, where they've danced before, maybe took a time out, maybe did like soccer, softball, all the different things that you can do when you're younger, and then come back to it later. But for me, I feel like we also look for people that have fun, they have fun out there. They seem like they're enjoying it. And if you give them a correction, you could tell if they're really trying to correct themselves. I think that's the other side of it is you may not be the best dancer or technical dancer, but are you able to be coached? Yeah. Can you learn? Are you teachable? If you are, we want you here too. Yeah.
Speaking of experiences, you've had some big experiences in your life. Tell us about that.
Yes. So I was one of the kids that danced when I was actually a little late, from when I was 7 years old. I actually started off as a baton twirler, which is why I kind of have some experience with pet flags a little bit because of my baton twirling. But I started dancing, dancing studio, and then after I graduated, I did some teaching at USA, which is United Spirit Association, and that's where I honed in on my summer camp experience and teaching a wide variety of levels of teams. And then from there, I actually did a stint on the Los Angeles Clipper Spirit. Yeah. And I was there for 3 seasons and finished off my last season. It was NBA, I think the NBA All-Star Game was here in LA in 2003. And I actually got to dance for Beyonce. She was our halftime performance there. So I was a halftime Beyonce performer.
What a nice memory that is.
No, it was. Although I just found a video, it's random. YouTube has a video of her halftime, and I'm trying to look for myself. I have no idea where I am on the court, but I swear I was out there.
No, do the girls know that?
I don't think they know about the Beyonce thing, but I do know that they know that I was a former Los Angeles Clipper Spirit.
You'd instantly become more popular if they knew the Beyonce thing, I think.
Sometimes I throw it in there as my, what you people don't know, like your fun fact about yourself. Yeah, sometimes I'll throw that in there.
It's really such a joy, really, to talk to girls because they're so passionate about doing this too, and I can see that you are as well. Do you have a favorite thing that you do, routines, or is it an event, or just working with the girls?
For me, as a coach, as a teacher, I feel like it's just creating memories. I was a high school kid. A lot of my friends, my best friends, the ones that are closest to me, are my friends from high school. And I know how valuable a high school experience is. Of course, college is fun, and not to knock college, because some people are college people, but I was such a high school kid, and I think at the end of the day, I just tell the kids, like, be kids, because this is the last time. Like, once you're in college, you start adulting, and adulting isn't all that great. Like, you know, right now, have fun, be a kid, do all the things. Like, you might feel stressed out right now. Take a moment, rest, like, do something fun, and come back to it. Like, it's gonna be there. Life is gonna keep moving, but you don't want to miss out on all the memories that you can make here, and that's part of my thing for the girls is like I want to create those memories, those milestones throughout the year, the senior recs, the senior rec games, the football memories, the rival games, all of that stuff. Make it fun for them, because I want them to look back later and be like, oh, when I was in high school, we did this, or like, I remember this. Like, that's what I want them to say. Not when I was in high school, oh, I'm glad that's over.
Thanks for watching. See you next time.